Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Hardware Sense review and unboxing. And this one is for a portable LCD backlit projector. This one is called UNIC UC46 Mini or UNIC, whichever way you want to pronounce it. You can see listed the resolutions and some of the details that it's on the back of the box as well. Came for about $50 from GearBest USA, from their warehouse here. Advertised as outputting 1200 lumens. I'm actually going to measure that at the end of the video. Stay tuned so you can see the actual output. I think it delivers to that promise, but again, we don't know at what distance, right? I mean, is it right in front of the lens, or is it 6 feet away from it? I can't tell. That's not specified anywhere. So let's open the box to see what's inside. Very well packaged in a kind of a cushioned insulation. And when you get the little lid off, inside the box we have the infrared remote control, which is kind of basic. But if you're planning to use that remote control, if you're away from that projector, it will work. You have a power cable, which is US style, but if you have one of those in Europe, you can use that as well with the adapter, because it supports 110 to 240 volts, and a composite adapter cable for one of those old TVs. Also, we have a little manual with some more of the specifications inside and the formats that the projector supports, because if you have a thumb drive with some files, videos, music, whatever you want to use it, you can plug it in to one of the USB ports and directly play off of that. I'm going to demonstrate that a little bit later and show you how it's done and what, in my opinion, is the best practical application for that. On the outside, one of the sides you can see we have the exhaust for the fan, the audio out, the audio video output, HDMI, USB 2.0 for the files, and USB 2.0 for power, delivering 5 volts, and the SD card slot. On the back we have the infrared receiver for the remote, and on top we have power button, menu button, input select, navigation buttons, play, pause, and back. Power is plugged in on the other side, and on the bottom we have the wheel that can be adjusted for height, and a tiny little speaker in case you don't want to plug external speakers. Delivers some sound, but trust me, it's not the best. And of course, on the front we have the lens with the rubber cover. That rubber cover doesn't sit very well in it, so you got to be very careful to place it well before you put it back away, so it won't fall down and start collecting dust on the lens, or touch the lens for that matter. You don't want to do any of that. Once you touch that glass, trust me, it will never be like brand new. Alright, so let's take it downstairs in the basement into the dark and see what we can see out of this little unit. Alright, so this is me projecting it directly on the wall. I don't have a special screen, so it's not going to be the best quality out there, but it is what it is. The distance is about 5.5, 6 feet away from the wall. It takes a little bit of a tinkering to get the right focus, and to be honest with you, it's not the best focus, because kind of like in the middle of the screen, the focus is great, but the more you go to the sides, distorts the image a little bit. Again, for $50, don't expect any miracles. I plugged in a USB 2.0 thumb drive with some files, some test video files. I wanted to play some of them. You know, some of that free Tears of the Steel video with different formats, 4K, some MKV formats, some AVI, some MOV formats as well. I wanted to see which one's going to play. And to be honest with you, only lower bitrate MOVs and some of the AVIs were played without a problem. The MKV ones, I guess maybe the bitrate was too high, but didn't want to play at all. Actually, the files they will play once you select them, I will give you a little preview, kind of like on the left side of the screen of the video, and you can go press play and go directly to the movie, video, or whatever it is, so you can watch it. So navigation wise and menu wise, it's okay. Again, pretty intuitive, pretty easy to navigate around, even if you don't read the manual, which I'm sure none of you will, just like myself. But it's not bad at all. Going through the files, like I said, very few of them were working, but those that worked, they worked well. I have to say, there was not a lot of problems with the file. There was no dropped frames, there's no stuttering, there's no lag, no major lag. So it works, definitely works, but you need to be uploading the right files. And by the right files, what I mean, files that are you know, lower spec files, kind of like 2010 kind of files. You know what I mean? These days, with the higher bit rates and the better formats, especially the well done MKV files, kind of DVD rips or Blu-ray rips, you're probably gonna have problems because the size and again the file format. But you know, AVIs, lower quality rips, lower bitrate rips, I think you should be fine. But to be honest with you, that is not the best application. That's not the best way you can use the device, and you will see at the end, and I'll give you my personal opinion, what's the best way to use it. Of course, if you want to use it that way, always grab a small 16 or 32 gig thumb drive, load some movies, load some videos, load some files that you want to play, that you're sure you're going to play. Take that projector with you when you go camping or when you go somewhere on a vacation, and this is probably the best application for me. For kids, give it to your kids so they can play with it. They can watch some of their movies on the wall. They're not going to complain too much about the quality. Obviously, they're not as picky as we are as an adults, so they're going to be able to watch any of their movies with no problem on a bigger screen. Ideally, look around to plug some kind of a computer speakers, something that will produce a little bit more sound for them, because the built-in speaker is definitely not going to be significant, especially if you're going to watch any of those movies outside. Like if you're camping and you put a screen up, one of those inflatable screens, and you want to play some movies for your kids, you definitely need some external speakers. Going through the menus, there's several different things here. You can adjust some of the colors, contrast, select like predefined selections for movies and other normal things that we've seen in a lot of boxes in the past like that. So nothing really crazy, but at the same time, some version of modifications that you can do, some a little bit more tailoring of the screen and of the sound, which is good to see, especially again, considering $50. I'm gonna keep emphasizing this because the price is really nothing. It's nothing too crazy, and the fun factor is surpassing the price big time in my mind. Especially, like I said, if you have kids and you want to keep them entertained, they definitely gonna love that. Trust me, my 7-year-old daughter loves it. She thinks it's one of the best things ever. So they're easy to please, I guess. So what else I can say about that? In my mind, the best application will be if you find, or if you have a Roku streaming stick or Fire Stick from Amazon, plug it into the HDMI, plug it in the power to the 2.0 USB power, and you're good to go. As long as you have internet, you can output this image from the Roku or the streaming stick or from the Fire Stick through the projector on the wall, and this way your options are instantly getting bigger and bigger, because you're gonna have access to Netflix, Amazon Video, everything else that these devices support. And at the end, you're gonna see I wanted to measure the noise that the projector outputs, because if you're planning to use it in a quiet environment like a basement or a media room, and you don't have a louder sound, I think you're gonna be bothered by the noise. At the same time, I wanted to measure the light output with the light meter. I wanted to see the actual lumens, and what exactly is the claimed 1200 lumens that they're saying. Is it close to the lens? Is it far away from the lens? And you can see here I try to adjust some of the light in my media room, so you will see the light output in the real life, how it's going to look when it's dim, light, or completely dark on the wall. And here is the option for DLNA. Basically, you have a code, kind of like the projector outputs their own Wi-Fi, so you can connect directly with your phone or tablet to it, and this way you're going to be able to output media or files from your phone or your tablet or your computer, for that matter, laptop, anything like that. So let's measure the sound. I have a little decibel meter, so very close to the fan exhaust. You can see gets close to 60 decibels. Keep in mind that this is a completely quiet environment in the basement. There's no noises coming out from anywhere else. And then measuring from about 3-4 feet away, the noise drops down to about 35 to 40 decibels. So it's not that bad if you sit a little bit away from it, but if you're closer, those 60 decibels you can definitely hear, and it's not very quiet. So let's go with the light meter. I'm going to check the light right there in front of the lens. And right in front of the lens, actually measuring pretty good lumens, way above the specs. Sometimes I see 1500 to 2000 to 2200 lumens right in front of the lens, right in front of the light coming out from that LED. So if you're closer, yeah, it's going to be as light as they were advertising. Now if you go further out, 3-4 feet, the light output definitely decreases significantly and goes under the advertised 1200 lumens. But again, we don't know where they're advertising it for what kind of distance. So again, interesting to find out. So at the end, what can I say? In my mind, this projector is definitely fun, especially if you're planning to give it to your kids. They'll have tons of fun with that. Plug into some, as you can see, Fire Stick on TV. That you can stream any app, any media you have there, as long as you have internet, and it's going to be a lot more fun for them to look at it as a big screen on the wall instead of a smaller TV. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Have a great day. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Till next time, bye.